Thursday morning and I'm headed to the gym. I'm just snacking on a banana and some protein juice. Not really a snack, more of a drink situation. So I have been quite the sourdough chef. I have been chefing up some loaves of sourdough as I've planned for a bakery at home with Armando on Sunday. Similar to that video that I did with my friends, except it's just me and Armando. I love doing things with my friends and pals, but I also love doing things with Armando. So I thought I'd kind of recreate that, but have different types of stuff on the table. You'll probably see that on the gram. We're training upper body today. You tend to see a lot of what I eat in a day during this time of the year. And this is just a reminder not to compare yourself to others and not to follow what others eat, because if we all train and ate the same, we still wouldn't look like each other. I kind of film these what I eat in a day and upload them purely for food inspo, and I feel like I'm a broken record when I say that, because I feel like I mention it in almost every what I eat in a day, but it's always good to have a reminder, especially if this kind of video attracts new people to the channel. We love food on this corner of YouTube. Back from the gym and we're making some lunch. I'm actually going to show you how to make homemade seitan. I briefly went over it in my previous weekly vlog. I kind of did show you the step by step, but I know not everybody watches weekly vlogs, so I'm going to do it in this what I eat in a day. Essentially, you're going to need vital wheat gluten. This is the main ingredient and you can't do it without it. And if you're unfamiliar with what seitan is, it is a really great protein source for vegans, vegetarians, and people that just generally don't want to eat meat. And you can use this vital wheat gluten to make seitan. You can put into recipes. So you're going to pour out into a bowl 280 grams of this vital wheat gluten. You're going to mix in some seasoning, any kind of seasoning of your choice. And it's genuinely as easy as pouring in 1 cup of water into the mixture, mixing this all together, and it's gonna form a dough. I'm gonna let this dough rest for at least 15 minutes. I'm thinking of making a Caesar salad. I also made some focaccia this week. So a Caesar salad with focaccia croutons and homemade seitan. And that's what's going down for lunch. Once the dough mixture ingredients have been mixed together, kneaded and rested, you're gonna take it from the bowl and you should get this very tough, stretchy piece of dough. How we're gonna cook the seitan is boiling it in a broth. It's up to you whether you wanna keep it in one whole piece, or you can split it into 2, 3, 4. I'm personally gonna split it into actual pieces today. So how I'm gonna do that literally is cut it into 2, just to make it easier for myself, and break off pieces. It's up to you whether you wanna just cut the pieces or like stretch them like that I'm doing here. I personally like doing it this way because it makes the edges a little bit rougher. This portion usually lasts me 3 to 4 days. I keep it in a container in the fridge with the broth and it keeps it nice and fresh. But one of the reasons I like tearing it like this is that if you're gonna fry the seitan or you want it to be a little bit crispier, this helps making it a lot more crispier. As you can see, the dough is quite tough and it's quite hard to stretch it and tear it. This is the consistency that we're looking for. Again, you can just boil the actual dough for 30 minutes, but I just find it cooks a lot quicker and better if you just tear it apart into the pieces that you're going to be eating anyways. So the broth consists of some water, some soy sauce, and some stock cubes. I placed 2 stock cubes to form this broth, and we're just going to place the pieces inside like so and boil them for 30 minutes. Once they've been boiled for 30 minutes, they'll literally be ready to go. You can have the portion that you desire and then store the rest in the broth once cooled down in the fridge. This is the piece of focaccia that we'll be making to make the focaccia croutons. I made a sandwich yesterday and it was so gorgeous. You'll find that on my Instagram. This loaf is actually true perfection, I gotta say myself. But I'm gonna split her in half and we're gonna use that one half to make the croutons. Seitan pieces and croutons being toasted. I've mixed up the Caesar dressing. You'll find this on my Instagram. I'm just drizzling on more of that dressing. Genuinely one of my favorite summer lunches. I'm having that alongside a yogurt bowl because I've been obsessed with them lately. And that is my lunch. With the seitan, I store it in this container in the fridge once it's cooled down. There's a little hole here thing to allow the steam to come out, so I will put her in the fridge. I like to batch produce that just because there's a bit of a process to making it. That will last me, like I said, 3 to 4 days-ish. let's munch my lunch and I'll catch you at dinner. Meatball Pasta Eve actually looks like, you know, Bub, what's that film with the dogs in it and they kiss?
Lady and the Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp. You know that scene when that picture perfect pasta is in scene? This is what it reminds me of. Perfection. Delicious. This is what we're having for our dinner. I'm probably gonna end the day with some chocolate, as I usually do.
You love that one?
Yeah, sprinkle some black pepper and salt. Piece of dark chocolate, some fruit is usually what I go for after my dins. That is my full day of eats. He is ready to eat. He's gone. He's gone. Let me know if you liked it by giving me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more from me.